Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Well, good morning and hello, everybody. Thursday morning. I hope everybody has a fabulous week so far. We have a lot to cover once again. This time for the Working Royals, we're just going to cover one thing, but there's a lot going on with Harry and Meghan again. So let's just jump in and get there, shall we? Let's go. So here we've got King Charles and Queen Camilla in their last public appearance before the summer holidays. This is a traditional thing, and they were at the Sandringham Flowers Show. How wonderful. Now, they arrived in a horse-drawn carriage. Charles, I love that light-colored suit. I think we saw that the other day, and Camilla was in one of her patterned shirt dresses that, once again, we have seen previously. This is, for those of you who don't know it, the 140th year, unbelievable, that they've had this flower show. So there's a horticultural display. There's all kinds of stuff going on. So they get there, and the first thing they have to do is go through the crowds and say hello to everybody. Unbelievable amounts of people. So this show is expected to bring in about 20,000 visitors on the royal property at Norfolk. Now, after this is over, they're going to Sandringham, which is usually a winter destination, the article says, but they're well known to go in the summer. And of course, this is the first time that Charles and Camilla have gone here as the monarchs since the death of the Queen. Absolutely adorable puppy there. You know me, I'd be all over that puppy and ignoring the rest of it. So anyway, a lot of nurseries and horticultural specialists have exhibits at this show. They have gardens put up by leading designers. There's trade and charity stands. There's arts and crafts. There's a main arena event. There's children entertainment. There's police bands. Now, during all of this, Camilla came upon something that made both of them absolutely laugh out loud. There was a pie that somebody made. They called it the Royal Pinus. Apparently Camilla saw it and went, "Oh my God, it looks just like my husband." Now, apparently they had some food stalls there, and they were even seen viewing a coronation-themed bouquet of flowers, and there was a special floral display by the people who actually contributed to Charles and Camilla's coronation at Westminster Abbey. Now, I showed you the other day that Camilla went to Monica Vinader's, place. She's the jeweler. And apparently she had on something called the goddess coin pendant necklace that was given to her. I'm assuming it was given to her by the jeweler. Very nice. Profits from this event go to local charities, and they're saying so far almost $1 million, about $1 million has been raised. I think that's wonderful that all of this goes to charity, as usual, and I would expect no less from these two. Now, a couple of the other things they saw that I thought were interesting was a sustainable garden with a giant slug made from 2 pence pieces, a fountain from old car parts. Then they made their way up and down for some more stuff. They also went into a tent that has, it was for the local Women's Institute, where Camilla bought a knitted Dotson and a bag of home-baked treats. That's the sort of stuff that I would go to. They looked at some local school children's artwork and some hobby cows made out of socks. They enjoyed it. All right, moving on. All right, here we go. Harry and Meghan news. I showed you already for 2 days in a row the advertisement where they want gender equality. Essentially, what they want is ads showing women pushing a lawnmower and men washing dishes. And come to find out, they gave a donation to this company, but as is typical, we don't know how much they gave. It could have been $1,000 out of the $10 million that was donated to them that they still haven't done anything with. You don't know, but I agree with this Twitter user who pointed out that this is just another way to pull out that soap dish advertisement of hers that we've heard about how many times now? I mean, really. So, they're saying that Harry and Meghan are having a rough month. Gee, you think? First, they lost the Spotify deal. Then the head or one of the head people at Spotify called them the F word, the effing grifters. Now the book Spare is being left all over the place because people realize it's not worth a darn. Then they were banned from the club for the constant pap walks. Now the rumors are coming out that the two of them are splitting. Now the rumors are also out, which we're going to touch on again in a few minutes, that the Hollywood elite are avoiding them like the plague. They were having a July 4th party, which they had to cancel 3 days before. I mean, it's just going from bad to worse. Like it's like karma is knocking on their door. Now, remember what Harry and Meghan said: if it doesn't come from us, ignore it. So somebody close to them is saying it's not true. I'm ignoring it. All right, next up, I just wanted to touch on this one, but apparently there is a very famous comic series. It's having its 85th birthday, and so it did a cover that has all the iconic celebrities on it, but Harry and Meghan were left off the cover. Now, you see Harry Styles, Kate Bush, you see King Charles, Queen Camilla, Prince William, Princess Catherine. You see like all these people, but no Harry and Meghan. Oh, I'm sure they're just, so upset. Just, again, they're just being overlooked at this point. Yep. Now, I've told you guys already, I don't believe that they own that house. I think it's already been sold. And now the articles are coming out saying that they're looking at Malibu. They want to move because it's taking them too long to get to Los Angeles. Now, this is where Leonardo DiCaprio and Miley Cyrus and Lady Gaga live, right? So, of course, this is where Meghan wants to live. So here comes the problems. People that live in the exclusive Santa Barbara suburb are literally picking up the phone, calling real estate agents and saying, please don't sell to Harry and Meghan. Don't let them in. Now, there is a very quiet enclave called Hope Ranch, which apparently is where it said that she wants to move. So locals from there are calling up going, we have a very nice private gated community here. We don't want all of this hoopla. Please don't sell them. Now, a second real estate agent actually told the news that the locals were worried that having Harry and Meghan there is going to disturb the peace because the secluded neighborhood is going to end up being an extension of Montecito. So people are saying, listen, they should stay in Montecito, not bring the attention to Hope Ranch. Now, apparently an employee in a Montecito shop claimed to the newspaper that Harry and Meghan's security team shuts down streets and blocks hiking trails, and they have a really quiet beach area, and they're concerned that it's going to be ruined. Apparently, you have to have a gate code to get onto the private beach. So the heads of the HOAs there are very careful about keeping it private and preserving privacy. And they're saying, if Harry and Meghan come, that's really going to be the end of it being a small community. That's just basically going to be the end of it. But it is being reported that Harry and Meghan have gone there several times house hunting on the sly. I feel bad for those people. Whew, moving on. All right, this just had me laughing because this is so Harry and Meghan. When they were telling everybody that they thought they were going to get an Emmy and then they didn't get an Emmy, apparently they're claiming that they're being sabotaged. Now, see if this sounds familiar. Are you ready? They're claiming that there is an orchestrated hate campaign against them in Hollywood, and that's what stopped them from getting shortlisted. Doesn't that sound like what Christopher Boozy said, an organized hate campaign? Uh-huh. Unbelievable. Paranoia. They're saying there's a campaign on both sides of the Atlantic that people are trying to pick on them and score brownie points with the British royals, and they're going to weed them out one by one. Yeah, good luck with that. All right, I just wanted to touch on this because Angela Levin basically pointed out that Harry and Meghan now have the privacy they've always wanted because everybody's bored with them and they're not interested. And in the future, people are going to look at the Oprah interview and the Spare and the Netflix and the Cut magazine, and they're going to wonder why the couple even felt compelled to leave. Yep. All right. Next up, this article really caught my attention because what it's saying is we have all this recent surge of stories about them, and so we're going to enter a new era of melodrama, okay? Because they're saying that one of the looniest, bonkers, and worst stories of all time started to spread in 2019 about Meghan Markle. And of course, it's all about Archie and Archie's birth because Harry's story is crap and her bump was bigger one day than the next. I mean, it made no sense. But they're saying that right now, they're saying that these stories are out of control because of the writer's strike. Maybe it's a question of appetite. People really want to hear what's going on with them. Maybe people are just sick of them. Maybe it's about intimacy, they said, because they brought people into their inner worlds. The thing is, again, the Netflix series, we've debunked half of it. The Cut, she threatened the royal family. You know, on and on and on it goes. And the photoshopped photos that they constantly put out about the kids, nothing is real with them. And that's why you get these highly speculative reports about them. Maybe if they didn't put out so much fake crap all the time, people would believe them more. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness gracious. All right, moving on. Now, if the two of them were to split, because we've heard the rumors, they're saying in the news that Harry would be welcomed back with open arms. I don't believe that. After all the damage that he's done to that family, I don't believe that William would just open up his arms and say, "Come on, Harry." And I don't think the UK public would welcome him back either. But if they stayed together and they went back to the royals, a permanent return, first of all, I don't think the royal family would take them back for a permanent return. Could you imagine Harry and Meghan thinking they could just walk back on everything they've said and done? The cries of racism, which, by the way, they recanted, but then when they didn't get what they wanted, now they're putting it out there again. It's just the craziest thing. So now the rumors are that they're in counseling to try to save their marriage. Do I believe they're in marriage counseling? Nope. There's no way Meghan Markle is going to go to marriage counseling. Sorry. Let's be honest. She never admits to anything she does wrong. Do you honestly think she'd admit to doing anything wrong in her marriage? No way. So this is what I was talking about earlier that we're touching on again. Their friends, their admirers, their allies have all dropped them because of this narcissistic behavior that the two of them have, shown. They're nowhere near getting the kind of support they had when they first arrived. You never hear about Ellen DeGeneres. You know what happened with Courtney Cox. The Obamas have dropped them. It's just, it's crazy. Nobody wants to be associated with them anymore. And everybody's afraid that if they're around them, that anything that they hear will be repeated and will end up God knows where. And nobody is going to take that chance. Nobody. Now I'm going to finish this video with a couple of video clips that I found. Meghan does this thing, okay? So I have two examples. Here's the first one. She looks down, sees the camera, pulls her hair back, and flashes a smile. So here she is doing it at the Hertz rental car place. See that? And here it is from another angle. Yep. Same exact smile, same exact hair play. And she's like a one-trick pony. Now, a lot of you have been asking about my land because you've been seeing, Finn running around. We have 4 acres, 3 acres of open land and an acre behind the fence of woods. Here's the sunset at the end of the day, and here is the sunrise. I walk around the property 3 times, which is about a mile, every morning and every evening, and I snap these photos as the sun is coming up because it's just such a beautiful sight. You can't look at this and think there's not a God. You know what I mean. Now, really quickly, people are still writing to me telling me they're not getting their notifications from YouTube. Their like button isn't working. Every time I've contacted YouTube, they've told me there hasn't been an issue. So if you guys are having issues, I need you to contact YouTube directly. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you have, double check and make sure you're still subscribed, because I'm still being notified from people that they're being unsubscribed. And there's nothing I can do about it. You're just going to have to go to YouTube, okay? Don't forget to go into the description box. You'll find the links to my Twitter, my Getter, my Rumble, my email, as well as a physical address. For those of you who've donated to my coffee fund and through the thanks button, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.